Alright, we've contacted the owners of the fastest DeLoreans, and it's time to lay down the guidelines and metrics we'll use to determine fastest DeLorean in the world. It's actually pretty obvious, but let's make it official. You gotta use the stock chassis and stay within the frame rails. Now, the reason it's a challenge to make a fast DeLorean is, unlike most cars, the frame is an X, and the engine is in the back. There is very little room to fit a drivetrain. So you can't just pick up the body, drop it on a Ferrari, and call it a DeLorean. You also can't do this. Again, this is all pretty obvious. No owners were attempting this, but guidelines are good for anyone in the future hoping to claim the fastest title. There's also a school of thought among purists that it can't be called a DeLorean unless it has the stock engine. But DeLorean never had time to make a stock engine and ended up putting a Volvo in it. Because of this, it's very difficult to consider any part of the mechanics of the car DeLorean. Now, how do we determine fastest? Well, there's two benchmarks that are universally accepted among gearheads: documented horsepower at the wheels and your quarter-mile time. It's as simple as recording a dyno read and recording a drag race. What we will not be accepting is an owner gunning it on the highway and recording the speedometer for a top speed. The reality is, maximum top speed is calculated by manufacturers with physics formulas, plugging in horsepower, weight, drag, etc. It's completely unnecessary and extremely dangerous to actually drive it that fast. If you have the fastest quarter-mile time, you clearly have the fastest car. Limitless time and distance won't change that. At the present time, only Adam and Nathan Schmucker's car has a recorded quarter-mile time, and even figuring that out was difficult. Why? Because the only proof from the quarter-mile runs was a 2012 cell phone video in the stands, and it kept cutting off before you could see the time. Thankfully, at the end of one, if you listen very closely, you can hear the announcer. 1266. And so it is. Obviously, if anyone can provide proof of a faster quarter-mile time, the bar will be set. We've ranked the rest of the fastest cars by their dyno reads, and we should note that Nicholas Rodel's DeLorean actually has a faster documented horsepower than the Schmucker's car. But he has yet to record a quarter-mile time. Since the Schmuckers have both, they've got the title. In the event the two cars split the horsepower record and the quarter-mile record, quarter-mile time will always win out. A good old-fashioned race trumps a computer readout any day. And there you have it. We hope this inspires DeLorean owners to send us videos and take part in this project. So ladies and gentlemen, swap your engines.